She changed the way we see women's basketball, and now she's making headlines again. But not for anything on the court. Candace Parker just made a move that has fans everywhere buzzing. From dominating the paint to throwing heat on the baseball field, the WNBA legend is reminding the world why she's one of one. And with a historic honor coming her way, the timing couldn't be more perfect. But what really has people talking isn't just the jersey retirement or her iconic career. It's what she just did in Chicago that had fans losing their minds. Before she was throwing first pitches at Wrigley Field, Candace Parker was rewriting the history books. From the moment she stepped on the court, she was a problem, not just for defenders, but for anyone trying to box her into a traditional role. She won Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season, something no one had done before. 2 MVPs, 3 championships, 7 All-Star appearances, and a decade of being one of the most dominant forces in the WNBA. But it wasn't just the numbers. Candace became the face of women's basketball. Whether it was dunking in college, leading teams to titles, or calling out double standards on national TV, she always showed up unapologetically herself. And when she came back home to Chicago in 2021 and led the Sky to their first ever championship, that wasn't just a win. That was a full circle moment that sealed her legacy. Not just as a star, but as a legend who delivered exactly what her city needed. On May 28th, the Chicago Sky dropped a bombshell. Candace Parker's jersey is going up in the rafters. August 25th, mark the date. It's official. For any player, having your jersey retired is the ultimate sign of respect. But in the WNBA, it's rare. Really rare. Only a handful of legends ever get that honor. And Parker, she earned it in just 2 seasons with the Sky. She didn't just play in Chicago, she changed Chicago. After years of coming up short, the Sky finally had a leader who could get it done. And she did it in 2021 with one of the most unforgettable playoff runs the league has ever seen. Now the organization is making it permanent, her name, her number, her legacy, immortalized. And when that banner goes up, it won't just represent stats. It'll represent a homecoming story, a city reborn, and a woman who never needed permission to be great. Just days after the jersey retirement news hit, Candace Parker made another move, and this one came out of left field. Literally. On June 1st, Parker showed up at Wrigley Field to throw out the ceremonial first pitch before the Cubs took on the Reds. No press tour, no big announcement, just Candace, cool as ever, stepping onto the mound like she'd done it 100 times before. The reaction? Instant. The crowd erupted the second she walked out. Phones came out, cameras flashed even before she threw the ball. Fans knew they were witnessing a moment. And when she fired that pitch straight over the plate, the place went wild. It wasn't just a fun baseball cameo. It was a reminder. Candace Parker doesn't just show up, she makes it a moment. And Chicago, they never stopped loving her. The second Candace's pitch hit the catcher's glove, social media lit up like wildfire. Fans weren't just impressed, they were emotional. A WNBA legend graces the building today, one post read, with a picture of her walking onto the field like a boss. Fires one from the mound over the plate, another wrote, absolute queen energy. And then there were the ones who missed it and were devastated. I just left Chicago yesterday, and you're telling me I missed Candace Parker throwing the first pitch by a day? Even fans from her old high school were chiming in. Naperville Central legend. But it wasn't just about the pitch. People were celebrating her, the way she carried herself, the way she looked, the way she represented the city. For a moment, it felt like everyone online agreed on one thing. Candace Parker is that girl, and she always has been. Now, here's where things get interesting. The jersey retirement? It's not just any game. It's happening when the Las Vegas Aces come to town. Why does that matter? Because the Aces were Candace's last stop before retirement, and she left with a ring. In 2023, she helped Las Vegas win back-to-back championships, even while battling injuries behind the scenes. It wasn't her flashiest season, but it was classic Candace. Unselfish, focused, and still a difference maker. And standing on the sidelines that night, her former coach Becky Hammon, and a roster full of teammates who knew exactly what she brought to that squad. So when she walks into Wintrust Arena on August 25th, it won't just be a celebration, it'll be a reunion, one packed with emotion, pride, and maybe a few tears, because Candace Parker didn't just leave a mark on Chicago, she left one on the whole league. Candace Parker getting her jersey retired isn't just about honoring a legend, it's about rewriting the way we talk about women's sports. For years, WNBA stars have broken records, built communities, and changed the culture, and still been overlooked. But Parker never let that stop her. She forced the world to pay attention through skill, leadership, and straight-up presence. Her impact goes way beyond stat sheets. She opened doors for the next generation, players who now speak up, show up, and know their worth, because Candace showed them how. This jersey retirement? It's more than a banner. It's proof that the WNBA is finally learning how to celebrate its icons the way they deserve. And for the fans who followed her journey since day one, it feels like justice, loud, proud, and long overdue. Candace Parker didn't just play the game, she changed it. On the court, she was a force. Off the court, she's become a blueprint. Now, as her jersey rises into the rafters, it's more than a tribute, it's a reminder that greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's steady, relentless, unapologetically real. She gave Chicago a championship, gave Vegas a title, gave the league a legacy, and through it all, she stayed true to who she was. No shortcuts, no compromises. So when August 25th rolls around, don't just see a jersey going up. See the story of a woman who showed the world how powerful it is to own your path. And something tells us Candace Parker's story, it's not finished yet. As the WNBA keeps evolving, it's impossible to talk about its rise without mentioning Candace Parker's fingerprints all over it. She wasn't just one of the first to break barriers, she was one of the few who refused to wait for permission. Whether it was becoming the first woman to commentate on an NBA game for TNT, or calling out double standards on live TV, she's been fearless in using her platform for more than just basketball. Younger players like Aja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and Napheesa Collier have all cited Candace as a major influence. Not just because of how she played, but because of how she owned every space she stepped into. Whether it was the locker room, the media booth, or the front office, even in retirement, she's not done shifting the game. She's investing in sports, mentoring the next wave of athletes, and continuing to speak on issues that matter. Her voice, still loud. Her impact, still growing. So as that jersey gets raised and as fans cheer her name once again, one thing becomes clear. This isn't the end of Candace Parker's story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. One where she builds just as much off the court as she ever did on it.